15 years ago, Harry Potter and his magical friends defeated the Dark Lord, left Hogwarts, and went out into the world as brave young wizards and witches, all with ideals to strive towards and goals they hope to achieve. On tonight's episode, we will see where they are now. Has the boy who lived been able to live free and easy? Are Ron and Hermione still hopelessly in love? What dangers has Draco faced since leaving school? All these questions and more will be answered. I'm Ryan Skeeter, and this is Hogwarts. Where are they now? We begin our hunt for the beloved gang right here at the Burrow. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, our favorite freckle-faced redhead and his lovely wife moved right back home. So, Ron and Hermione, it's so good to see you guys. Why don't you tell the good folks at home what you've been up to since you left Hogwarts?
Do you want to do the talking or shall I? Oh wait, I do everything in this family, so why don't I answer his questions? After we left school, I became a renowned author and I've published over 24 novels and 10 children's books. You should really read them, they're really quite sublime. Meanwhile, Sergeant Shit for Brains over there manages to get himself hired as the editor-in-chief at the Daily Prophet, and then fired for sexual harassment. Go on. Tell him the story. I'm sure he'd love to hear that one. I said tell him the story!
Fine. Don't hurt me. Please. Well, it was very early, and I hadn't had my coffee yet, so I said Akiao, and forgot to say coffee. And I forgot that if you don't say something afterward, they'll just bring you whatever's closest. And what was closest was our intern Morgan's clothes. And she was standing right there in her knickers, her clothes were on my lap, and that's when our editor walked in.
Bloody nitwit.
Well, that must have been terrible for you. But I see your marriage is strong. How are the children?
They're great. Hugo's in his 6th term, and Luna's in her 10th. They're really great kids.
Yeah, they really are. We managed to get one thing. 2 things right, I suppose. Except for that dreadful red hair. As a parent, I, for one, don't want my kids being accused of not having a soul or being afraid of Kick a Ginger Day.
Mom, do you think you could take a moment to help me with this potions homework? I'm a bit confused.
Oh, damn it, Hugo. Can't you see we're bloody busy here? Now get out or it's no supper for you tonight.
I see how things are.
So, do either of you still talk to Harry?
I don't. That backstabbing bastard. But she does. Ask her, why don't you?
Do you still talk to Harry?
From time to time, yeah.
Lovely. So, tell me, how is my favorite spectacled sorcerer?
Not that great, if you must know. He went broke after school and moved back in under the stairs at the Dursley's old place.
Do you still see him?
Go on. Tell him.
Yeah.
Admit it. You were shagging him for the past 10 years.
Well,
He can't have my sister and my wife. That's so selfish.
Well, Neville, it is a pleasure to see you again.
It's a pleasure seeing you too. Draco wanted to be here, but unfortunately he has a meeting at the Ministry of Magic, but he does send his regards.
Oh, that's quite all right. Now, Neville, I hear that you have something to share with us.
I do. Draco and I are engaged.
Well, congratulations. Now, remind me, you two weren't exactly friends back in school.
Well, you know, Ryan, Draco and I may have never gotten along, but I, for one, always thought there was some sort of forbidden connection between us.
So, who asked who?
It was about 10 years ago he rang, and he asked if he could drop in for a long weekend, and I said yes. So when he got there was a terrible snowstorm, and he was sleeping on the couch. Well, sometime in the middle of the night, it got so cold that he opened my door, came into my room, and asked if he could slither in. And I said yes.
Oh, how romantic. Now, who asked who?
Well, he did propose. We went out to play Quidditch, and he told me to be the seeker. And when I caught the golden snitch, it was very romantic. He's so hard and angry on the outside, but inside he really is a sweetheart.
Well, I'm so happy for you too. One of the most heroic and lovable creatures Harry met in his years at Hogwarts was Dobby the house elf. Unfortunately, he met an untimely demise. But here to discuss his legacy is his brother Bobby. How are you today, Bobby?
Good.
Now, Bobby, how much do you miss your brother?
A lot.
I'm sure his death must have been very hard for you.
It was.
Now, if I may ask, I noticed that you're wearing toilet paper. Can I ask you why?
It reminds me of my brother. It was the last thing of his I own. I haven't taken it off since Hagrid gave it to me last month. My brother was a saint.
Yes. Well, this certainly is a surprise. Luna, it's good to see you.
Shh, Mr. Whiskers is sleeping. Don't wake him.
So, Luna, how many cats do you have?
I don't know. I lost count somewhere around 15, but that was a long time ago.
So, Luna, I spoke with Neville, and I found out about him and Draco. I'm sure that must have been very difficult for you.
Oh, not at all. I could tell we were growing apart.
Oh,
Yeah, and besides, it gives me more time to spend with my children.
I see.
Blast off! This one is my favorite. Sir Harry, Ronald, Albus Severus, Tony, Peter, Mario, Luigi, Luke, Anakin, Banner, Rogers, Skywalker the Fifth. But I call him Mr. Whiskers for short. Sit still, Mr. Whiskers. Don't get all cattywampus on me now.
I'm sorry, Miss Lovegood. If I'm to understand you correctly, you have named your cat not only after people you know, but the Avengers and Star Wars? Not to mention you just shamelessly quoted a Geico commercial.
Yeah, pretty much. Now hold him. Hold him up. Meow. Meow. Meow.
Shit, she's dancing again. I'll grab her and take her back to herself.
Unfortunately, we were unable to catch up with the boy who lived due to scheduling conflicts. However, we were fortunate enough to catch up with a gentleman who claims not only to be his best friend, but the driving force behind the majority of Harry's decisions. Find out now in our exclusive interview.
Hi, I'm Harold Potter. I'm Harry Potter's best friend. Here's my favourite picture of Harry. Here's my second favourite picture of Harry. There's, in his Quidditch uniform. Here's a picture of me and Harry when he's dressed in his suit and tie. Oh, I love that suit and tie. There's me and Harry when we were little boys. Didn't we look just alike when we were little boys? And this is Harry and Hermione. And, it's another one of my favourite pictures of Harry.
Harold, it is a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure's all mine.
Now, Harold, I've been told that you are truly Harry's best friend. Is that correct?
Yes, that's true, Ryan. In fact, I was with Harry on nearly every one of his adventures.
You know what, Harold? I honestly have no recollection of you at all. Like, none. at all.
I was definitely there.
Are you sure?
Yep.
But are you
I
sure?
was definitely there.
Well, if you say so, Harold. Now, I've been told that you gave us a clip, so why don't we take a look?
Would anyone like to venture a guess as to what is inside?
That's a boggart, that is.
Very good, Mr. Thomas.
Hagrid, exactly what is that?
That, Ron, is a hippogriff. First thing you want to know about hippogriffs is that... Stupid girl. Harry Potter is dead.
So about that clip, Winker.
Fuck you! Man, I don't need to sit here and take this shit from you. I let you into my home on my free time just to get berated and barraged with accusations. Fuck you, man. Alright? Fuck you. Get the fucking camera out of my face.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another entry into the who's where of post-Hogwarts life. Tune in next week when we have an exclusive interview with Fluffy and how he removed his 2 extra heads. I'm Ryan Skeeter. Stay magical, friends.